Well, I'm not gonna say that this book changed my life completely. It's not possible that you read a book and expect that it turns your life over immediately. That's an insane idea. But rather, in reality, when you read a book, you need to expect that you just get away with one concept, with one idea. If you do that, if after reading a book and finishing a book, you now have an idea rooted in your mind and you believe this idea completely because the book told you a lot of stories and it gave you a lot of examples regarding that concept, that idea. Know that you can feel that idea, that concept truly. And that's the whole point of reading a book. So don't expect to understand and absorb every sentences in a book. So that was the very first thing I want to tell you about reading a book. It's just a general note. It makes sense for this book as well. Now about the book, the very first thing you need to know about this book is that based on the title, maybe you judge that it's about business, about starting a company, but that's not true. It's not only about running a business, it's not about a starting company. It's about that, but also it's about the life, about whole life, about love, about traveling, about seeing the world. Because Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, which this book is about Nike. Phil Knight is the founder of Nike, the greatest shoe company in the world that creates other stuff as well. So Phil Knight wasn't only a simple businessman, but also a person who had a lot of journeys, a lot of experiences in life that he shared those with us in this book. So generally, this book is the story life of Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, and all the experiences he earned through life. In this book, he reveals how he found his first girlfriend, how she broke his heart, how he fell in love again, and how married, how he found the right product to import, how he started his company, how found investors, how got some loans from banks, and a lot of things about negotiating, about a lot of things. That's the point of this book. It's not only about business, but also about the whole picture. In this book, he tells you about how he imported shoes from Japan, why he chose a shoe as the main product, why he went to Japan, and all those little things. But the whole concept, the whole idea, maybe it's going to be different for you. That's a possibility. But I believe one of the most important things that you can find in this book is about persistence. You can barely find 5 or 6 places in this book that the word persistence has been used. But the whole point, the whole idea of the examples, stories, and whatever he did through his life, I mean, Phil Knight, it shows, it shows persistence. So it's a very important concept that whatever you want to do, you need to stick to that. But this book will help you that feel it from your deepest part of your heart. You can believe it truly, what it means to be persistent. I said persistence because one of the most challenging part of his life was actually negotiating with Japanese in Japan to import shoes. So that was the most challenging part, I believe, that he tried over and over and negotiated with different people, even in a single company, to import the right shoe for a few years. And then again after that, even when he changed the company and when he started importing some shoes under his brand, you can see that he tried over and over. So in general, I can say that he had a fighting spirit. And I believe that that is basically what this book is trying to tell you, that you need to fight for what you want. And there are a lot of examples in this book because it's a simple sentences. I can tell you that you need to fight for what you want, you need to try over and over, you need to be persistent, but that's not enough. You need to believe this concept step by step. And reading books like this can help you build that empire in your mind, build that concept from scratch in your mind. And after a while, suddenly when you look at yourself, you see that you became a little bit more persistent in what you do. And that's unconsciously, I believe, that happens unconsciously. It's not a just simple decision that I want to be more persistent, but rather it's something rooted in your mind. It's some kind of mindset that you need to have, you need to build for yourself. And that's the whole point of reading books like this. Okay, now it's time to give you some general tips about this book. So it's about 384 pages. So if you only read 5 pages per day, it could take 80 days to finish this book. I believe after the first chapter, it becomes easier for you to read more pages, maybe 10 pages per day. It could take about 15 or 20 minutes per day to read 10 pages. So in that case, I believe you can finish this book by reading 20 minutes per day after 2 months. And if you're not an English speaker, you're like me. I'm not a native English speaker or reader. So it's a little bit harder for you to read books like this. The vocabulary is not difficult that much. A combination of words are pretty much simple for you to grasp it. But I suggest that for the first chapter of this book, just try to read the book casually, and then after finishing the first chapter, then come back again and start reading the book from the beginning once more. Now, with the basic idea you have about the first chapter, it becomes a little bit easier for you to follow the stories chapter after chapter. So that was pretty much what I wanted to tell you about this book, and I probably want to read this again to capture more things, to learn more things. And I believe it's not like this that you read it once and you absorb everything you want. So you need to read a book in different parts of your life. It depends on the experiences you earn and a situation you are in. Okay, I hope it will be helpful for you, this video, and leave me a comment if you think I need to mention something else. If you like this video, let me know that I can create more of these videos. I read a lot of books and I'm willing to share with you some of my ideas and thoughts I have about these books. And that will be a good practice for me as well to talk to you and actually refresh my mind about the concept of the book. I'm not entirely into actually reading the book or tell you things about the book that are in the book. Actually, I just want to give you a whole picture, the whole idea of the book. Then after that, you can make a decision that if it's suitable for you or not. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye bye.